as he said, he had a few personal things he had to sort out, and of course that takes precedence any time of the day. In any case, here we go. The pistol is live, a single nade for Imperial, the rest with pistols, and a dually play. Okay, dualies I haven't seen in a little while. Del Boni is going to try and make it out here with that pesky little weapon. Already, the raid boss is signaling off, and it's important to note that ESPADA are no strangers to raid bosses. Very much used to having them, very much used to wielding them. And this is where the fun really begins. ESPADA looking like they want to take the outside and perhaps even move towards secret. It will be a dangerous crossover without smokes. A single one that is available is not enough to cover the whole cross. But they can try, and certainly they will try. Here comes the smoke towards main. And here comes the commitment towards secret itself. They're running in fast like the wind. Spotted immediately. Lucas, good shot, but it's not enough. Dexter, the raid boss, like I said, accurate as all hell. It's going to be one more as Del Boni tries to hold the line with dualies. Does not make it work. ZQK in Titanic. Oh, what the hell? The second shot is insane. Comes off completely unprepared. And Patsy and Sotvik, this is not going to be easy. Not by a long shot, especially if they don't get the flank. And they will secure it. But Showtime is able to still make it sure that Imperial do not have a disadvantage going into this. Window is not broken. And Sotvik, no Kevlar, means he's in dire trouble. Checks above him, checks catwalk. And that will give time to ZQK to secure the round. Imperial, currently boot camping as well in Belgrade. So they have that going for themselves. They have that advantage. I'm not sure how much that will affect them, but I'm fairly certain it should at least play a bit of a part in their success. And a force buy, of course, by ESPADA. No surprise there. Trying to get down vents. Not very successful, though. Del Boni making it look easy. As Showtime secures B site itself, making sure that the plant does not happen. ESPADA, this is a bit of a quick loss here. They're starting to take. Dexter tagged. And Imperial make it happen. I mean, this P250 can be very, very damning. We'll see if Sotvik has luck on his side to hit a few headshots. Unfortunately, he might have run out of it. But speaking of Nuke, speaking of this beautiful map, for those that do not know, I love this map. It's one of my favorites, actually. And yeah, I know the old iterations were way better for me. And yeah, I know that many people dislike the old iterations due to them being a bit too harsh to the T's. It's still a very lovely map to play, very enjoyable. Just like Train, just like Inferno. Great maps overall. This one does demand a great deal of control from the CTs. Above all else, it demands that the CTs respect the boundaries that are set by the map itself. And of course, that means that you have to be very vigilant about those outside takes. You have to be vigilant of those quick A executions. Imperial, of course, knowledgeable to all of those parts. ESPADA, the question on everybody's mind is what the hell they'll do here. Is it another outside take? Is it a wall of smokes into secret? Are they going to go fast? Are they going to go slow? Is it perhaps a bit of a default, running into this classic 2-3 split where you put a few players into lobby? Kind of just making sure you're not getting flanked whilst you're making your way outside. And smokes are definitely going to be lined up, as expected. A few more players going to be joining the fray. And here comes a potential commitment. Might just be a fake. Dima, though, finds the first. Hold up, hold up. This is not supposed to happen. As ESPADA finds a second, Patsy supports it all. Del Boni kind of tries to help it out with pushing through hut, but doesn't really do any justice to Imperial. They could have kept a 3v4 situation and potentially still be in a well-suited spot to taking the round. Instead, now, Dexter already covering the flank itself. ZQK, no chance as Lucas comes through. He will be looking to save, even then not allowed. Sotvik already on his heels. Perfectly done. ESPADA, they weren't even considering to fully push in towards A immediate, but it was just a very standard performance. Well, setup more specifically. It is more Imperial pushing into those corners. Molotov to cover his push. ZQK getting close. Trying to get the drop. Not gonna happen. Sotvik already down secret. I'm fairly certain that Imperial should have noticed that. Should be aware of a few players, maybe one player down there. Slow and steady seems to be the way to go. ESPADA, they're going to be approaching the A site through Squeaky, hitting it hard, and Sotvik is down on B secret just to make sure that the commotion is not readable. Imperial, they will find the entry though. Here comes the execution. As we said, through Squeaky it comes in. FNX through Heaven finds one. That's a good start. Lucas has a bit of an angle. He can take a fight through. Actually will find himself a frag. Dexter though replies and a 2v2 ensues with the AWP for ZQK and Delboni having an AK itself. It's not an easy position to be in, and Imperial, they're regaining position to work this retake. They have to be perfectly set up for this. Dexter and Dima. Oh, Dexter, if he opens up the doors. Yep, there's the free frag, closes it back up. Delboni now has to first snuff out the flame on one on the site, but it doesn't matter. Well, Dima has something to say about that. And all of a sudden, we're back to square one. It is going to be ESPADA to pick it up. The second is theirs, resetting the CTs fully. Imperial perhaps in a bit of a troublesome spot. Should be just PT50s, maybe a Deagle or two that spot up. And focusing for the future ahead. Oh, he see. Oh, well, that is a bug that needs to be fixed. Can somebody clip that, please? Somebody needs to clip that. That's a little bit of a disappointment that that bug still exists. They used to. I don't know if anybody recalls, but there used to be a bug when you had your weapon pointed towards a wall, let's say hut wall or doors. The weapon would stick through, and they would know that you're there. So that bug used to, well, was supposedly already fixed a long time ago. But apparently not all of it. Bodies still sticking through certain walls. I can presume the chat is going crazy about the Brazilians as well. About Imperial. Probably a lot of fans of Imperial in chat. If so, let's get some love going for them. Maybe some love for ESPADA as well. Any Russians there? In any case, the buy here is imperative as Imperial lose the first. Lucas already getting tagged up. That's going to leave him a little bit vulnerable. A little bit on the offside. And ESPADA very patient in their approach. I like it. Taking their fire. Slowly, making sure it doesn't burn bright and then just die out a blink of an eye. ZQK. He's already going down vent, surely. Yep, he is. And look at who's waiting. Finnegan. Hello there, buddy. ZQK is surprised like no other. And unfortunately for Imperial, they don't even have an option of retaking this anymore. A 3v5 to B? Yeah, good luck next time. ESPADA should be able to take the fourth without too much of an issue. And with all three saving, that'll be enough money for the next round to at least get somewhat of a buy going. This will be their, if I'm not completely wrong, their third round in a row they lose. Actually, no, fourth round in the row they lose. So loss bonus is at maximum. Actually, no, 2.9, never mind. I thought it was at max. It is the fourth round, but because of the way the economy works, of course, they needed one more in between. Will be a rebuy, though. ZQK, there's the scout back up. And MP9 being dropped around there. A few kits being brought up. A lot of utility, and it's not the worst of buys. Imperial can still handle this if they play their cards right. The MP9 on Showtime is important that it's close range, though, and the M4 being embedded deep by Lucas towards Garage. ESPADA seem to have a good idea what's coming their way, though. Patsy already approaching this very patiently. Scout tags up one, doesn't get the critical damage, though. Dexter only down to 74. As Imperial... Oh, whoa, okay, Dexter, hold up. Not even sure how the hell he got that shot in, but he did, and Lucas is now trembling in his pants. He knows what's up. If they check him here, and they will, that's the bomb drop. Wait, what? Finnegan goes in first, the bomb lost. And the MP9 coming in through secret. There's definitely a way of attack or a way of getting this one back in order. Sotvik, though, replies, and Delboni gets caught. That's a problem. Sotvik, the second. FNX left alone. Imperial losing ground. And they don't really seem to have much control over this anymore. As ESPADA now know where he's coming from. This is not looking too shabby, indeed, for ESPADA at all. Given, as we broke down their statistics for Nuke, given that they have 17 maps played and their overall performance has not exactly been the best, most certainly this is one of the better starts they could have hoped for. Here we go. It's a chance for Imperial to prove their worth. To prove that they are not going to be handled that easily. ESPADA starting off pretty strong here on the first half. That much is clear. And I gotta say, Nuke has changed quite a little bit in the meta. I always try to kind of bring it up whenever we cast it, but it feels like people are ignoring the fact that Nuke has changed a lot since its early days, since the start of it. And in terms of CSGO and in general, it has changed a lot. The meta becoming more and more acceptable that the Ts are the ones that tend to take a bit of a bigger stance, better stance. And of course it does depend on the teams themselves as well. That's a big factor that plays into all of this. Yet I feel like Imperial should be able to handle themselves as the CTs quite well. Already losing one will be a problem. And can they handle any more, though, is obviously on everybody's mind. In this case, ESPADA, they're very meticulous with their clear. Taking lobby control by ZQK, or at least trying to do so, gives a little bit of information to Imperial to work with. The MP9 as well pushing in forward. FNX is in guard, well, wardrobe. Unfortunately for him, doesn't help him. ZQK, good start to drop the one, though still down one. As Imperial have themselves a chance to retake the A site, they'll have to make a decision. How the hell do they go about doing it? Or do they just save once again? And I think the latter is seemingly the choice here. Respect the hustle. They don't have the money to afford a reinvestment, and of course losing any rifles in this case would be devastating. Well, I see chat is fun, guys. You guys are certainly doing yourself no justice. There's more hate between you than anybody else I've seen in a long time. Damn it, guys. Take it easy. Take a chill pill. I know tensions are high, but keep it respectful, boys. Imperial and ESPADA, keep in mind, well, to add a little bit of oil to the fire, this is elimination. The loser here goes home empty-handed. The winner still a chance to progress forward to the playoffs. Of course, one more day ahead of them tomorrow. But let us see where this leads us to. ESPADA again, looking like the A execution is coming through, this time in its full force, in its full form. And there will be good pop flashes coming out, flying Sotfik, Finnegan. The entries are clear as day. As Imperial denied any sort of chance of, repercussions are quite severe. Any sort of chance of retribution denied. Both ZQK and Lucas, they can only save again, and they can only save so many times. This is truly starting to fall apart here at the seams. Imperial 7-3 is what they're going to be losing very soon, and if they lose these two last, which is not likely, but it could happen if they give chase. The money for ESPADA is now so high that they don't seemingly care about that anymore. 14,000 for Patsy, 13 for Dexter, and it's just about to get bumped up to maximum soon enough, and they are giving hunt here. They are giving chase. They will try to bring down both, and they will clear the first. There it goes. Lucas, do they find the second? Yes, they do. Patsy, it's like there's no tomorrow. They don't even pick up the op. They don't care. They're going to keep to the rifles, and that's what it's all about. ESPADA is feeling the fire right now. Timeout. Immediate timeout for Imperial. Makes sense. They better start discussing what in the world they'll be doing and how the hell can they stop this. Either case. We have ourselves pistols and Kevlar. The Deagles might make a difference, though. Let's find out. As few Kevlars could bring about the rifles as well, if Imperial are lucky to find a frag or two, if ESPADA give it away. Those Kevlars could pay up quite the difference. Could make the big difference, but ESPADA again, reading the situation well. They know they're up against a bit of a mini buy. If they counted their economy correctly, as they can and should, they will know that this is most likely a minimal investment. At the very best, a few SMGs, if even any. I like this double fake down B, though. I like this idea. One is jump spotting the doors. The other is crouching right behind, patiently waiting the second entry. But ESPADA, they're not going to be fazed by that. They decide against going B, and that is a smart call, knowing that they're up against pistols. They want to avoid those tight corners and tunnels. They want to avoid getting caught in those very difficult spots through short and long B, where you know that the Deagle can be absolutely devastating. Instead, going heaven, and they'll be taking themselves up for a victory almost easily here. There we go. FNX. Oh, sexy shots. Just the one, really, but still. Seems to be aware of Dima as well. Might actually steal away the AK. That's actually pretty cool. If he's able to do that, that's a bit of an extra bonus for Imperial, and they might even be able to afford an AWP afterwards. But looking at Imperial and looking at ESPADA for this week. So, of course, ESPADA lost against Secret to begin with. Myself and Tyler had the chance to cast that. It was quite a devastating loss they took. Mirage, Dust, and Nuke was what they played. On Mirage, Secret took them in overtime, 19-16. On Dust, it was ESPADA that actually turned around the tide, made the comeback possible after losing the half 5-10 on their CT side, only to then return 11-4 and making it 16-14 with a bare few rounds going their way at the end, truly being neck to neck. On Nuke, likewise, a very close series, 8-7 on the half for ESPADA on their CT, doing a good job, and then still not being enough. But hold up, for FNX and Delboni, it's an A push. This time, finally, Imperial finds some strength to put an end to the push itself. And they'll be able to snuff out the flame of 3 players. ESPADA, they'll be running into the op of the none other than DQK. And oh boy, the repeat though, that shouldn't have happened. 2v3 ESPADA. They might be in trouble, but they're not done yet. As Dexter... Oh, that Molotov is not deep enough. Dexter hoped that he would have been able to prevent the long peek. Instead, ESPADA 1-on-3 with Dexter in tow. Can they still make it happen? We're about to find out. Time is there, but the HP is not. So there we go. The 4th to Imperial at least. Make it halfway through. As I said, the last time ESPADA played against Secret, for example, on Nuke, were shook to the core. In double OT, they lost 22-19. They really had a bit of an unlucky break. Dexter leading the charge on all 3. And then, you know, when you look at, of course, Imperial losing both against Forza and Wisla Krakow 2-0. And they got handled by Wisla Krakow, and I mean handled. 16-5, as already mentioned, for Nuke. Not exactly the most positive outcomes that one could have imagined. Another A push. Imperial a little bit oblivious to it. Delboni getting caught in hut by... What? He just jumped into the crosses of his opponent. Dima burning alive, but they're still alive. The damage is severe, yes. But the lives are there, and Imperial, are they already saving? Surely not. 4v5, I mean, it's quite possible they're already saving, though. I wouldn't be too surprised. Showtime gets Sotvik. It's a 4-on-4. Low HP on the 4 players of ESPADA. But yeah, Imperial will be saving. They realize that perhaps time is not on their side. They have the kits, though. So it's... Yeah, I'll admit, I'm a little bit surprised that they actually choose to go for this after finding the frag on, of course, Sotvik. 9-4, as Imperial is not doing the best of work here for themselves. They really are getting handled a bit easily. So it begins. Yet again. A chance here, Imperial. They have the op up on ZQK. The rifles as well. The saved ones always helping out immensely. Oh, great tag. Dima down to 9. Okay. He's lucky to be alive right now, as ESPADA is making their way down Secret. They've heard that. So they don't know what's up. But Sotvik seems to have ulterior motives again as he finds the drop on Showtime. The B side is being under attack, and ZQK, nice shots, though that's not enough. Patsy's still there. Lucas deploys. Lucas finds 2. That's perfect. Puts an end to the push, at least. Dexter left alone. A 1-on-3. He has time to work this. Oh, Dexter, what a magnificent turnaround. But he's walking into the crosshairs of FNX with his knife out. What a beautiful spray and flick, more specifically. 5-9. 9-5, folks. It's the name of the tournament. We are in 9-5. Last round for the first half, as it looks like ESPADA is still keeping themselves quite at a hefty lead. 6 rounds for Imperial wouldn't be too bad, but on the other hand, they're not exactly going to be the best of the best. And that shot that we just saw, whew, sexy indeed. Double up. First time we're seeing it as far as I can recall. Lucas. Okay. Oh, yo, Lucas. Oh, damn. The 180 at 6 HP. That was a 6 shot. Speaking of 6 shots, we're about to see a few more, I think. And there's the first. Showtime finds one. Second as well. It's easy as that. And all of a sudden, it's down to the last man, Dexter. And even with his laboratory, for certain. As the second pistol begins, Imperial having 2 smokes, a few more, a Molotov, and 2 flashbangs. What's their go-to strat here? Here comes the commitment. It's an A side take with ESPADA being on ramp. They left A completely wide open. Okay. Interesting choice here. 4 players on ramp, 1 on the outside. Always nice to see. But let's see how this retake actually goes as they come in flying through heaven. And there's quite a few players they have to tag up. Patsy finds 1. Patsy finds 2. Lucas still there fast enough. Lucas, his accuracy is imminent. And more than anything, deadly. Still going to be Patsy 1 on 2. Hat trick already. The ace clutch to pull it off. No kit as well. Keep in mind, time is of the essence. In this case, EQK just comes out swinging. Imperial take the second pistol likewise. And start to close the gap in between. Force buy, of course. Thinking about this. Deagles, P250s. The works. Let's just hope Imperial don't get stuck on this one and find themselves to be bleeding out in the wrong times. Very slow round, and I like it. Imperial taking their time, realizing that there is no point in putting themselves out there that easily. No need to risk dying and getting absolutely shredded to pieces if there's no worry. This A take is very dependent on the start here. The pistols must not connect too much as Sotvik finds 1. There's a few more coming through. Lucas, though, saves the day as FNX finds another. Ooh, Dexter. The scout connects, the flank being set. And has it been read is a better question. I think the answer is a big resounding big no. And there's the first. Yep. Now FNX, what do? You've got the bomb. Sure, he dropped down B. Yep, he goes straight for it. Needs to plant immediately. He has no time to waste. He has no time to lose. Already the flank, already ramp control being lost for. He's got an AK though, and well, AKs, you know how good they can be. 1-on-1. This is it, Dima. Opening big door, opening long. Gonna take the fight, and the pre-fire is just too good. ESPADA, they win the force buy, folks. They win the force buy. Like I said, the Deagles cannot connect too early on, or Imperial will be in trouble. Even Lucas still being able to get 2 there. And in the end, FNX helping him out, but proving to not be enough. 7-10. a bit of a reset, and a big reset. Imperial, did they force? Did they eco? I think it's quite clear that they should go for an eco and full buy next, but no. Instead, it's Deagles to return the favor. I am not particularly fond of this. They got the plant. They got around 2.5k in the bank, give or take, even more for some. They could have had a bit of a buy next, but fair enough. It's going to be Deagles around the corner with 2 mech 10s. Oh, the response from ESPADA so far seems to be quite good. A little bit of damage on Showtime, and he's angry about losing that HP. You can be guaranteed about that. Down in vents, already embedded. Imperial taking control of long. ESPADA seem to be aware of this. That's it. Chat, I still see you guys are hitting on each other. Just get a room, can you? Get a hotel, for Christ's sake. I see no support for one or the other team. You guys are not good fans. Just spewing hate against each other. 10-7. Auto shotgun on Patsy might just be the deal breaker, but let's find out, shall we? As Imperial is looking to be sneaky about this, trying to get themselves on to be unopposed. Well, unopposed is not the right word, but rather unhindered. And there's definitely a chance they could do it. Dima is in an exposed position, but his position is the one of power and control. Finding the hat trick, finding the 3, with Finnegan supporting it. That's more than enough. That will be ESPADA taking charge of this first map. See, this is the problem that I had with Imperial forcing up in this round. It's the fact that they risk everything for a measly force that in the end does not even work. And you can see that they receive 1.9 thousand loss bonus. They had 2.5 or a little bit more even in the previous. They could have had AKs, and yes, I know utility would have been sparse, but at least they would have had AKs. They would have had a chance to do something here. Instead, it's an eco round. It's 12-7 that we're looking at, as ESPADA is comfortably sailing forward towards that victory, and 4 more rounds and they'll be taking the first map already. So far, so good. It is all coming together here. Twelve to 7. Let's see how far Imperial can go with this. No smokes outside. A few quick shows towards lobby. Oh, wait, okay, a push through. Patsy actually gets the drop on FNX, as Finnegan was first in and first out. Oh, Lucas spotted in main. They know he's coming through. Dexter gets caught, unfortunately. And with Lucas embedded onto A side already, ESPADA is in trouble. ZQK misses the chance here. The smoke covers the approach of Dima, and the angle that they will take is vital, and they seem to ignore it fully. Dima finds himself one more, as Sotvik will spot ZQK, and there's the drop down. Still a 2v1, and there's the angle, and Dima gets both in the perfect spray down as they line up. And that is going to be it. That is going to be ESPADA taking the 13th up to the next level. Imperial and their AK round does not work out as intended. Few Eagles out there. Few Kevlars. That's it. Imperial. NA attempt. I like it. The idea is simple. It might just work if they had a bit of a better starting point to work from. Unfortunately, with ZQK now being the last alive, it looks like it just might be a clean round for ESPADA. This is turning out to be a very one-sided affair, as Imperial is losing control, and above all else, they're on the verge of losing this map. And in the instant replay, Finnegan Very nicely done. Controlling his spray, controlling his emotions. Halfway through, Imperial. Still halfway to go. Up on ZQK. And outside control doesn't seem like it's going to be contested for by Imperial, at least not immediately. A few players out of the CTs looking to fight active for that control, yet relocating back towards A, immediately realizing that Imperial are taking a bit of a slower step out now. But they still seem to be committed towards the secret. Might actually go towards main and CT. I honestly believe that is a better idea than to going towards secret itself. Smokes are going to be lined up, and that is a wall of smokes towards garage, towards main. Yep, there we go. And that will allow them to cross in towards either secret or even towards main garage if they deem so necessary. Sotvik? Not sure how the hell he got tagged, but he does get tagged, and he's down to 17. It's a perfect start, Imperial. They have the lineup here to begin. Do they have the continuation? Do they have the means of success? Accuracy is one of them, and well, certainly FNX will be able to prove that, bringing it around. Now, ESPADA definitely feeling a bit of pressure from this. They know what's at stake. They know they have a chance to close out the series, well, the map here. Oh boy, oh boy. They're going back, hey? Oh boy, Imperial, I'm not sure what prompted them to do this, but this might just be the wrong call, especially with Finnegan, Dima, and Dexter. Oh, a collateral by Dexter. They line up in garage. He takes the shot, and they're out in a single heartbeat. Oh, man. Oh, man. I don't know what happened there, Imperial. Your choice, decision-making there was poor to begin with. Why commit to secret so slowly than to only fall back and get the hell out of there and back towards A with, what, 16 seconds on the clock? Really leaving yourself with little to no room to maneuver. And you were forced to make that move towards main. You were forced to run through enemy territory completely unchecked and uncontrolled. This is it, 15-7. It's the last chance here for Imperial. It's going to have to be 8 in a row to pull it off. Otherwise, they're done for. And we're about to find out if that's even possible. The Brazilians are losing control, and quickly. ZQK, nice start, nice shot again. But it's not enough. It's not sufficient enough. They still lose players. They still lose control. The advantage in the hands of ESPADA. And oh, Finnegan. Just like that. Showtime in ZQK. That's a wrap. Showtime. I believe, even if the name suggests that he does a beautiful showtime, it's not enough. Not even close to enough. 1 on 4. Good luck in the next map. That is where their mind already is, most likely. ESPADA. I didn't expect him to win Nuke like this, though. This is quite a bit of a surprise. And yes, they haven't won yet. I know. Don't get me wrong. Just... Showtime, yeah, no chance. 16-7, as expected, I guess, in a way. One hell of a show. One hell of a showing. We are going to be back after a short break